Title: Space Dust-Up, LA Galaxy kicks Prez Klein to the curb amidst dismal performance. TLDR, Klein, Louisiana Galaxy's star player turned president, has been given the red card as the club takes a nosedive. Despite his 11-year tenure and many thank yous, his ejection follows a poor season and disgruntled fans. Is Klein the fall guy or a legit liability? In a move that could rival any plot twist on a soap opera, Klein, the president of LA Galaxy and former player, was shown the door this week. So what happened? Did he spill his latte on the club's strategy report? Or did the club's repeated failures finally catch up with him? Galaxy finds itself sitting at the not-so-glamorous end of the league table, and not for the first time. It's been a tough ride for the club in recent seasons, missing out on the playoffs 4 times in the last 6 years. While Klein has been at the helm, they haven't advanced past the Western Conference semifinals since they clinched the MLS Cup in 2014. So, is it all his fault, or is there more to this galactic blunder? Dan Beckerman, the president and CEO, without directly blaming Klein, stated that the club hadn't met its goals or lived up to the standards they'd set. Fair enough, but whose standards were they anyway, and who was supposed to ensure they were met? In an outpouring of gratitude, or maybe just a graceful exit, Klein thanked Phil Anschutz and Dan Beckerman for the opportunity to serve the club. He said, he and his family loved the club, and he was thankful for spending 16 years with the organization as a player and an executive. But why did the love story end in a breakup? It seems like Klein's tenure was a sore point with Galaxy fans this season. In fact, the announcement of his contract extension in January caused the club's supporter groups to stage a boycott. Does that mean they saw the writing on the wall before anyone else? Notably, Klein was benched until late April, thanks to some sanctions from MLS for breaching salary budget and roster guidelines during the 2019 season. The Galaxy was slapped with a $1 million fine, a $1 million loss of available future general allocation money, and, to add insult to injury, they're banned from signing any players requiring an international transfer certificate during the secondary transfer window. Was this the beginning of the end for Klein? Despite all these issues, Klein seemed optimistic or maybe a bit delusional when he told season ticket members he would step down if the club didn't make the playoffs this season. Yet, the season's extension was barely over before he signed his last 5-year contract in 2017. So, was this his Hail Mary pass that didn't quite land where he wanted it to? As the Galaxy turns its gaze towards new leadership, the big question on everyone's minds is whether this move will actually reverse the club's fortunes. The hierarchy beneath coach Greg Vanney now includes Jovan Kirovski, technical director, Will Kuntz, senior vice president, player personnel, and Tom Braun, senior vice president, soccer and business operations and business development. But will